Now, understanding quadrilateral exercise 3.4. It is totally based on the property of the special quadrilateral, that is square and rhombus. Okay, rectangle. Okay. Now, on this basis only we are going to solve this exercise 3.4. This is last exercise which we are going to solve. Its first question is whether the statement is given is true or false. The given statement is true or false. It is totally based on the property of the quadrilateral. See, all the rectangles, first statement, all the rectangles are square. And all the rectangles are square? No. It is false statement. Rectangles are not said to be square. Because in a square, the basic property is all the sides should be equal. But in a rectangle, only opposite sides are equal and therefore all the rectangles are square is a false statement. Okay, it is false statement. Okay, now second one, B. All the rhombus are parallelogram. Yes, it is true statement. Why all the rhombus are parallelogram? In a parallelogram, opposite sides are equal and parallel to each other. In a rhombus also, all the parallelogram, all the sides, opposite sides are equal and parallel. So it is parallelogram. Okay. Now see, third one. All the squares are rhombus and also rectangle. All the squares, what is the property for the square? All the sides of the squares are equal and parallel to each other. Same way, if you talk about the rhombus, in a rhombus also all the sides are equal and parallel. And rectangle, in a rectangle opposite pair of the sides are equal. But in a square opposite, all the sides are equal, that means opposite pairs are also equal and parallel. Therefore, our third statement, all the squares are rhombus and a rectangle is a true statement. Okay. Now, fourth one. All the squares are not parallelogram. All the squares are not parallelogram is a false statement. Because in a square, opposite sides are equal and parallel, and for the parallelogram, its opposite sides are equal and parallel. So it is false statement. Then fifth one. All the kites are rhombus. All the kites are rhombus. It is a false statement. Okay. All the kites will not be rhombus. Because in a rhombus, all the sides are equal and parallel to each other. But in a kite, only adjacent sides are equal. And that's why we can say that all the kites are not rhombus. Then next, sixth one. Sixth one, all rhombus are kite. Yes, it is true statement. Because for the kite, it is only the property of the kite is adjacent sides are equal and one of the opposite pair of the angles are equal. And in a rhombus, all the sides equal and opposite angles are also equal. And that's why we can say that all the kites are rhombus. So it is true statement. Okay, seven. All parallelograms are trapezium. What is the property for the trapezium? In a trapezium, one pair of the opposite side is a parallel. They have not specified that in a trapezium all the sides should be equal or what. Okay, so in a parallelogram, if you say the parallelogram opposite sides are parallel to each other and equal to each other, trapezium property is one pair of the opposite sides should be parallel to each other. Okay, and if you talk about the isosceles trapezium, in there the sides which are not parallel, those are opposite to each other but they are not parallel, so they are equal, then that is called as the isosceles. Okay, and that's why we can say that parallelogram are trapezium. So this statement is true. Okay, now last statement. All the squares are trapezium. Yes, all the squares are trapezium because prove the property of the trapezium. Squares, all the sides are equal and parallel to each other, and in a trapezium, one pair is parallel. So in a square, one pair is parallel sides you got, and therefore all the sides are of the trapezium, all the squares can be seen as a trapezium, but trapezium cannot be seen as a square. Okay. Now second one, identify all the quadrilaterals that have here is four sides of equal length. Here we have to name the quadrilaterals in which four sides of the quadrilaterals are equal. So four sides of the equal, that are square and rhombus. Okay, in a rhombus and square, all the sides of quadrilaterals are equal. Then second condition given, four right angle. Here we have to name the quadrilaterals in which four angles are right angle. So that is your square and rectangle. Okay, in a rectangle and square, all the angles are 90 degree and all are equal. Okay, now we should talk about the question number 3. In a question number 3, explain how a square is a quadrilateral. Here you have to define a square. Okay, now a square as a quadrilateral. Why you will say a square is a quadrilateral? Because for the quadrilateral, a figure which has a four sides, it is called as a quadrilateral. So here square is a quadrilateral because it has a four-sided figure. So we can say that it is four-sided figure. Okay, and it is four-sided figure, so we can say that that is a quadrilateral. The square is a quadrilateral. Now second, a parallelogram. Now here you have to prove square as a parallelogram. Okay, as a parallelogram to square, how will explain? In a parallelogram, what is the property to prove the parallelogram? The parallelogram opposite sides are equal and parallel to each other. In a square also, opposite sides are equal and parallel to each other, and that's why the square is a parallelogram. So here you have to specify its opposite sides are parallel and equal to each other. Okay. Now here third one, square you have to prove is as a rhombus. Now how will you prove it is as a rhombus? What is the property for the rhombus? In a rhombus, all the sides are equal and parallel. Okay, square also has an equal side and parallel side. Therefore, we can say that it is a rhombus. So we will write it. Why square is called as a rhombus? It's all sides are equal and parallel. Okay, therefore it is called as a rhombus. Okay, now next, that is last one. Here you have to prove square as a rectangle. What is the property for the rectangle? Opposite pair are equal and parallel to each other. And in a square, if all the sides are equal, that means opposite sides are also equal. Therefore here it is square because square is a parallelogram because its opposite sides are equal to each. Means here we have explained square as a rhombus, then as a quadrilateral, as a rectangle and as a parallelogram. Why it is rectangle? Quadrilateral because it has a four-sided figure. Why it is parallelogram? Because its equal and parallel to each other. Then why it is rhombus? If all sides are equal and parallel to each other. And why it is called as a rectangle? Because its opposite sides are equal and parallel to each other. Okay, now we will start with the fourth. Okay, now fourth question. Name the quadrilateral whose diagonals. Now here according to the diagonals, here we have to name the quadrilateral. Whose diagonals bisect each other. Bisect means when they intersect each other, they divide themselves into two equal parts. Okay? Means suppose I have drawn a line and here if I put a bisect, if I put a when I intersect that line, with the intersect line, divide the given line into equal parts. The intersect line will divide the line into two equal parts. In that situation, we say that it is bisect each other. Okay? And when that intersect line make a 90-degree angle over here while intersecting, so it is called as a perpendicular bisector. Why perpendicular bisector? Because it is forming a 90-degree, that is right angle, and it dividing that line into two equal parts. And therefore it is called as a perpendicular bisector. When it will divide it into the two equal parts, but if it will not form a 90 degree. Suppose this is the intersect line. Okay, these two are equal. This line is intersecting this line, but it is not forming a 90 degree angle. Therefore, this is called as bisector, only bisector. Okay, and here it is called as a perpendicular bisector because it is forming a 90 degree. Okay, now here we have to name the quadrilaterals which bisect each other. The diagonals bisect each other. First one is a parallelogram. In a parallelogram, bisect diagonals of the parallelogram bisect each other. Okay. Then if you talk about rhombus, in a rhombus also the diagonals bisect each other, and square and rectangle. These are the four quadrilateral in which their diagonals bisect each other. See, if you talk about the parallelogram, these are the diagonals. Sorry. Okay, this is equal to this and this is equal to this. That means these diagonals bisect each other, divide equally into two parts. This and this, it is not equal. I am talking about the diagonal. So this diagonal bisect into two equal parts. This diagonal bisect into two equal parts. So this parallelogram, rhombus, square and rectangle are the quadrilateral in which their diagonals are bisect each other. Okay, now we will start with the. Okay, now second one. Here a quadrilateral whose diagonals are perpendicular to each other. Perpendicular to each other means forming a 90 degree. Here rhombus and square. Okay, in a rhombus and square, diagonals are perpendicular bisector. If we talk about the rhombus, all the sides are equal. Is it a rhombus? Yes. Then this diagonal and this diagonal. Okay, this is a 90 degree, and this is equal to this, and this is equal to this. In a rhombus, this forms a 90 degree. Same way if you talk about the square, in a square, these are the two diagonals, they are forming a 90 degree. If it is 90 degree, that means opposite angle, vertically opposite angle equal, so this is also 90 degree. These two are linear pair, that means all the angles are 90 degree. So this you can prove also. Okay, if it is given in a perpendicular bisector, that means all the angles are equal because they are forming a linear pair and they are vertically opposite to each other. So in a rhombus and a square, the diagonals are perpendicular bisector. Okay. Now a quadrilateral whose diagonals are equal. The diagonals are of equal length. Only two you will get. That is the square and the rectangle. How it is? And rectangle. In square and rectangle, diagonals are equal to each other. If we talk about the square and this diagonal, okay? The length of this diagonal and length of this diagonal is equal to each other, okay? And that's why in a square we can say that diagonals are equal, and in a rectangle also. If we talk about the rectangle, this diagonal and this diagonal, they both are equal to each other. So the quadrilateral in which the diagonals are equal are square and rectangle. Now we will start with the question number 5. Okay. Now our next question is, why a rectangle is a convex quadrilateral? Why a rectangle is a convex quadrilateral? First of all, let me explain you what is convex quadrilateral and concave quadrilateral. If you talk about the concave quadrilateral means four-sided figure with this shape. Okay, and convex quadrilateral. Here we have to prove why rectangle is a convex quadrilateral. Okay, suppose if you draw the rectangle. Okay, now here in concave quadrilateral, one of the angle must be greater than 180. If you talk about this angle in this concave quadrilateral, this is greater than 180. Okay, but if you talk about convex, all the angles are less than 180. Okay, and if it is rectangle, that means we can say that the rectangle is a convex quadrilateral because its angles are less than 180. So our first answer will be, why the rectangle is convex quadrilateral? Its angles are less than 180. Okay. Now second reason why the rectangle is convex quadrilateral. If we draw the diagonals for the rectangle, okay, see, these diagonals are in the interior of the rectangle. Okay, if I draw this diagonal, this is also in the interior of the rectangle. But for the concave quadrilateral, if I draw this is a diagonal, this is inside, but if you draw this diagonal will be out of the means, it will be not in the interior part of the quadrilateral, it will be in the exterior part. And that's why we can say that rectangle is a convex quadrilateral. So our second reason is its diagonals are in interior or inside part of the quadrilateral. Its diagonals are in the interior of the rectangle, and that's why these are the two reasons that we can say that why the rectangle is a convex quadrilateral. Okay. Okay. Now here they have given ABC is a triangle and it is right angle triangle. Okay, that means this is 90 degree. Now O is the midpoint of the side opposite to the right angle. Means this is the hypotenuse. From the hypotenuse, if you talk about O is a midpoint of hypotenuse AC. That means this and this are equal to each other. Okay. Now what they have explained, this much they have given. What? This is the right angle triangle. Then O is lying equidistant. Here means O is lying in the middle of the AC. Now here O is a midpoint of AC, right? Now here you have to prove that this O is equidistant from A, B and C. That means this O is at equal distance from A, B and C. That means AO, BO and CO. These all are equal. We have to explain. For that, just I will explain this diagram. See, suppose I will explain this. Okay. Here what I have done? Here I have drawn a line which is perpendicular, which is parallel to the BC. Means here this triangle I have converted into the parallelogram. Okay. Now this parallelogram, see what I have done? I have drawn to here. If there is such kind of thing given, first of all in your solution, write down the construction. Because here they have not given you, so here you have done a construction in which you have drawn AD parallel to BC and AB, here DC parallel to AB. So here in a construction, you have to write BC parallel to AD, okay, and second BC parallel to AB. Draw AD and BC. Okay. Now see, here if they have drawn, here we have drawn it, so this, therefore, as it is parallel, so we can say that ABCD is parallelogram. Okay. Now here why? Because opposite sides are parallel to each other and equal to each other. Okay. That's why ABCD is a parallelogram. In a parallelogram, now see, in a parallelogram, opposite angles are equal as it is parallel to each other. So this is 90 degree. That means this is also 90 degree. Okay. And opposite sides of the parallelogram are equal. So here, first of all, I say third point, that is angle B is equal to angle D is equal to 90 degree. Okay. Why 90 degree? Because this 90 degree is given and as it is a parallelogram, so we can say that angle B and angle D is equal, that is 90 degree. So reason is opposite angles of the parallelogram. Okay. Opposite angles of the parallelogram are equal. Therefore, this is 90 degree, so this is also 90 degree. Same case, your fourth point should be angle B is equal to 90 degree. Okay. If you talk about angle B plus angle C is equal to 180 degree. Why? Because these two are adjacent angles. Adjacent angles of the parallelogram are supplementary. Therefore, angle B plus angle C is equal to 180. Okay. And this is 90 degree. That means total is 180. So 180 minus 90, that means C is also equal to 90 degree. So therefore here we got angle C is equal to 90 degree. Okay. As angle C is equal to 90 degree, that means angle A is also equal to 90 degree because they are opposite to each other. So angle C is equal to angle A is equal to 90 degree. Why? Opposite angles of the parallelogram are equal. Okay. Now, if they all are 90 degree, if all the angles are 90 degree and equal to each other, this is 5 statement. Okay. All the angles are 90 degree and equal to each other. That means our ABCD is a rectangle. Okay. So here we can say that from the 6 equation, here 90 degree we got third and here 4. So here we have to say rectangle quadrilateral ABCD is a rectangle. Why rectangle? Because result equation 3 and equation 5. Equation 3 and equation 5. For equation 3 and equation 5, we prove that all the angles are 90 degree, and in a rectangle, all the angles are 90 degree and equal. And therefore, ABCD is a rectangle. Okay? As ABCD is rectangle, so for the rectangle, what is the property? The diagonals of the rectangle are equal to each other. So here, if we extend this, okay. So this diagonal AC, so here 7 point AC is equal to BD. Why? Diagonal of rectangle. Okay, diagonals of the rectangle are equal to each other. Therefore, AB is equal to BD. If they are equal, what is the another property for the diagonal of the rectangle? So for the rectangle, the diagonals bisect each other. If they bisect each other, that means, and they are equal to each other, that means AO, OB, OC and OD, they are equal to each other. Okay, that means here we can write if diagonals of the rectangle bisect each other, and therefore here we can write first AO is equal to CO and BO is equal to DO. Here result, diagonal of the rectangle bisect each other. Okay, if diagonals of the rectangle bisect each other and they are equal to each other, therefore our ninth statement you have to write, that is AO is equal to BO is equal to CO is equal to DO. Here result we have to write from equation 7 and 8. Okay, from equation 7 and 8, AO is equal to BO is equal to CO is equal to DO. And that's why we can say that O is equidistant from A, B, C. Here we have proved. Okay, so here we can say therefore O is equidistant. Clear? Means here we have proved that O is at the equidistance from A, B and C. Okay, now here we have completed our exercise 3.4. With that we have completed our chapter Understanding Quadrilateral. For any queries you can give me the message, and based on this topic, this chapter,